And one of the cool things about this DAC amp is that you can either set it up horizontal like this, or you could set it up vertical, and the display here will change to a vertical layout, which is really cool. But wait, hold on, I have to point this out. Whoever reviewed this before me, you put the feet on the wrong side. As we can see here, the high-res audio is up like this, but the little rubber feet should be right here, guys. X marks the spot. Okay, I'll see if I can fix that. All right, yeah, but let's take a look at what else comes in the package. You get your user manual. Then there's 3 boxes in here. Okay, and this is the stand I was talking about. You pretty much put that down. And then you can go ahead and stand up your DAC amp just like that. It's got little cushions in there. Keep it nice and tight. So this is probably the setup I'm gonna use, just because on my desktop, there's not much space. And a vertical layout like this is perfect for me. So if you guys need something like this, this might be the DAC amp for you. And you can kind of see right here how much of a desk space saver this DAC amp is compared to like the AAA 789. But let's move on. Okay, cool. So you get a nice little remote. A lot of you may want to set this up as your DAC amp for your TV entertainment systems, much like I did with the SMSL AD18, which you can check out a video up here of that. And that's what I use for my TV entertainment system. So yeah, the controls just have power, mute, volume up and down, and then lets you select your inputs with the up and down. And this is just a 3.5mm to 6.3mm adapter. And here you have your antenna that you're gonna hook up to the back. And this is gonna help give your DAC amp good Bluetooth range so you could stream your music from your phone wirelessly. Here we do have a USB 3.0 cable that's gonna connect your DAC amp to your computer. And I've heard a lot of good things about using USB 3.0 versus USB 2.0 when dealing with audio. So glad to see they're using USB 3.0 to connect their device to your computer. Finally, we have a left and right RCA cable used to connect your DAC amp to other devices, as I'll talk about in a little while. You can actually just use this as a DAC and even connect your AAA 789 as your amplifier. So this could be your DAC, this could be your amplifier, and I'm definitely gonna give that a try, and I'll let you guys know how that sounds. All right, there we go. By the way, I really like doing iFi unboxings because their layout, their stuff is really cool. And here we have the power adapter. As we see, this part's missing here because if you need to use it in international settings, they'll just give you a different power adapter. This is for the US. Push, snap it in, you're good to go. It isn't that heavy, but it is a little bulkier. But again, this does have an amp in it, so it does need a bit of juice to run. All right, guys, give me a sec to fix the feet and put them in the right spot. I don't want to pass this along to the next reviewer with it in the wrong place. And there we go, guys. The feet are in the right spot now. So I'm gonna pass this on to the next reviewer with the feet in the correct place. You can just set it down. This is the way it should be, the horizontal position. But let's move on. I'm gonna talk about the features of this DAC amp. Okay, so I've connected the power. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like turned on. But first, I'm gonna peel this little plastic away. You guys can see the display. So let's go ahead and power it on. And as you can see, it already switched to horizontal. So if I were to flip it and turn it vertical, it goes ahead and changes to the vertical layout. And this is an OLED display, which is pretty nice. It's not a super huge display, but it's big enough to see it from a few feet away. So first, let's take a look at what's on the display. First, you have the audio format. Right now it's set to PCM. If you're playing DSD audio, that will switch to DSD. It's running at 44 kilohertz. It is set to USB input, and this shows you the volume in decibels. Next, we have the volume control, which is really nice. So the volume control goes all the way from 0 down to -98, and then goes to mute. So yeah, this is the volume control. Feels really nice, a lot nicer than the THX 77789, that's for sure. And it does have this little kind of well in here, which kind of lets your fingers fit in. It's kind of nice. It's a little bit recessed. Next, we have a small button for the inputs. So you can switch the setting from Bluetooth to optical to coaxial, and finally to USB. Next, we have the power button. If you tap it, it does nothing, but if you hold it down, then the unit turns off. It says see you. Now to turn on the unit, you do simply just press the power button and it says welcome there. Okay, I'm gonna skip over all the way to the right, and this is your standard 1/4 inch audio connector for your headphones. So for example, my Bear Dynamic DT1990s there, I can go ahead and connect it with the 1/4 inch connection, and it'll connect just like that, no problem. This is an unbalanced connection, it's not balanced, and that's totally fine for the DT1990s because those are unbalanced headphones. Now, if you're dealing with balanced headphones such as the iDSD LCD2C, which I have here, these are planar magnetic headphones, and this DAC amp can handle dynamic as well as planar magnetic headphones just fine. In fact, I'll be able to listen to my iDSD headphones in balance mode with this connection right here. This is the 4.4 millimeter Pentacon connector. This is a balanced connection. And to be honest, one of my biggest concerns when buying a desktop amp is I want to make sure that it has a balanced connection. I just prefer to have a balanced connection. I find it just more sturdy connection, and I like the extra power that it has over an unbalanced connection. Usually the unbalanced connection will be a much lower output, and the balanced connection will pretty much be double the power of the unbalanced. So I know where you're thinking, how am I going to hook up my XLR balanced headphones to this DAC amp, right? It does not have the connection. There are some XLR outputs in the back, but that's actually to connect an external amplifier such as a AAA79 and use this as a DAC. So that's not gonna work. So what can you do in this situation? You have your nice balanced headphones with your XLR connection, but you have a 4.4 millimeter Pentacon balanced connection. In that case, you can use this wonderful cable right here that I found, and you can go ahead and connect the Pentacon connector there. And then you go ahead and connect your balanced headphones just like that, hook it up to your headphones, and you're pretty much good to go, guys. You have a balanced connection, you can get that extra power. I just really like how balanced sounds in general. I know some people say it doesn't matter, but to me, I notice a difference, I really do. So if you guys do need this Pentacon to XLR cable adapter, I will leave a link down in the description below. Definitely recommend it. It's worked beautiful for me. So yeah, that's that. Let's switch over to the back here and check out the connections for input and output. So I'm gonna start from the right and move my way to the left. On the right, you do have the connection for the antenna. This is gonna give you your range on your Bluetooth signal, so you can send your music from your phone to this device and it can output it to your speakers or your headphones if you like. Here we have the power connection. It's a 5 volt, 2.5 amp. We have your USB 3 connection for connecting it to your PC. Then we have your optical input. I usually use this to connect my PS4, and I could switch between PC on USB and my PS4 on optical, which works really great for me. There is a coaxial connection in case you do need that. As far as outputs, again, you can use this device just as a DAC, and you can output the audio signal to a device such as the AAA789. And you can either use the unbalanced connections, which you have here, but if you want more power, definitely go with the XLR balanced connections left and right here. So that pretty much does it for the back. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit like on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.